introducing Butter. Back to the rest of the piggies. Seeing how they're doing. They're really looking like nothing is different. They aren't really even sniffing her or acting like she's a new pig, so that's good. Who is that? It's Butter. A Butter biscuit. So I'm just refilling all of their water bottles here, and you just cleaned the whole cage so that Butter would be starting out fresh. And I don't know why, but my grids are like doing this zigzaggy thing, so I'm trying to like fix those. Anyway, I know they're all not going to be perfect, but you gotta try. You gotta try. Okay, so we got our piggy pigs, and so for anyone who's new, these pigs lived together for I would say probably about 2 years so far, and then Butter was this one right here, Butter Biscuit, the one that has a sock on her. She was sick. So for about the past month, she's been living in her own little crate. I really can't get these grids straight, but they're pretty straight. So Butter was living in her own separate area while she was healing. And so right now we're just reintroducing them all together. So I've cleaned the cage and put lots of food and water in here to keep them distracted. And I'm using as many open-sided hideys as I can. This one is like there's only one entrance to the hidey, but the entrance is large enough for 2 pigs to fit through, so no one will get stuck in there, if they're trying to leave a situation. But what I would definitely Google like how to do introductions if you're trying to do a brand new introduction. These pigs all get along fine, so we're pretty good. And it really looks like they didn't even recognize Butter as a new pig. They just sniffed her once and were like, oh, Butter's back. Butter Biscuit. A Butter Biscuit. And I will be washing all of their pee pads and then putting them back in here. We had a mishap a few weeks ago where my chunky dog was in his crate, which is underneath here. So he was in his crate, and he decided, while he was frustrated in there, that he was going to try to pull through everything he could and destroy it. And he ended up pulling through a bunch of their pee pads and ripping them apart. So we're kind of hurting for pee pads right now. Right, Toffee? Yes. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll get some more pee pads. And a couple times ago when I was cleaning their cage, I broke their little dish. I dropped it on the floor, so we'll need a new dish. But at my parents' house, I have their fall dish. It's shaped like a leaf, so we'll probably be getting that soon and start with that. I actually, oh yeah, see, that's Butter. Did you see that that's Butter and that's Hazel? They smell the same. Yeah, they smell the same. Leave her sock alone though. And the good thing is they have not been completely separate. I still have been they've been getting baths together. Like when I would do their foot soaks, because Butter was getting a little bit of bumblefoot, and the other ones, their feet were just sore. It looks like they were sore, and I think it may be this thing is a little rougher than the fleece they're used to. So that's why I've been really trying to keep down like fleece pads in places they like. So yeah, so they've been getting little foot baths with Epsom salt just to keep their feet nice. And see, Hazel's just very interested in Butter right now. She's like, hello, I recognize you, but like, why are you here? So we'll just keep an eye on them, make sure they have lots of food, lots of water, lots of space. Yes. Oh, go pig. Go girls. And the way the pecking order worked out last time was Miss Bully Hazel was number 1. And then I believe Butter was number 2 and Toffee was number 3. Toffee is really laid back, so she normally, leave her alone, Toffee. Okay, hey, stop that. Okay, so that's the problem we're gonna have. They're messing with her sock. The sock might smell too much like her. I should take the sock off, at least through the introduction. But the sock keeps her from being able to scratch her back, which is why I have it on there. I guess I could just give her a new sock. I'll just give her a new sock because then it won't smell like her. But you can tell, she always like pulls her arms through the little holes that I've made, so it's more like just like a waist trainer than a vest. She's got on her little waist trainer to keep her from scratching. And my other girls, all of their fur has grown back. You can see they're chunkier. You can still see a little bit of, Toffee's spine, but you can see her butt is chunky. Chunky butts all around, chunky butts all around. And look at how fluffy Butter is, and her fur is growing back, and she's chunky Butter. A chunky biscuit. And my Toffee girl is so chunky and healthy. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Oh, I got out a chunky baby. Do I smell good? Do I smell so good? Don't eat me, Toffee, please. Please don't eat your mama. Ow. Ow. That's just my wrist. That's not any kind of snack. I don't even know what kind of snack that could be. It's not shaped like any vegetable. And Miss Hazel here, a very sweet baby. She is a little more dominant than my other piggies. 2 years ago, when these 3 were introduced, these 2 right here, Hazel and Butter, were the ones that kind of butted heads, and Toffee would just run away screaming like, please leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. And so that's why I believe it worked out that Hazel was number 1, Butter was number 2, and Toffee was number 3, because Toffee is just so chill. Like, even though she's older than Butter, she really was just not interested in trying to hump anybody at all. Like, but yeah, that was kind of how Hazel and Butter tried showing their dominance. They would just run around humping each other, and finally they called it a day and figured out who was on top. So, like, and look at all my pretty girls. So pretty, so pretty. Oh my goodness. Let's see, who wants a foof? You want foof, Toffee? No, what about you, Butter? You want foof? You want foof? I have one just for you. It's shaped like an inchworm, too. Oh, there we go, like an inchworm. Okay, so you want foof? Why did nobody want foof? Why nobody want foof, Hazel? So silly. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave them be for a little bit, but through this introduction, I really am just gonna be giving them, or reintroduction, giving them lots of food, lots of distractions, veggies, Okay, this is gonna be a problem. Toffee, honey, you can't chew on her. She's a person. Yeah, you can't do that. Okay, so we're gonna have to keep an eye out for that. And you can see, for whatever reason, Butter's ear is not normally that pink. It's normally the color of Hazel's ear over there. So she's been scratching at her own ear. Yeah, so just a lot of things. But yeah, I do feel that she's well enough to be reintegrated with her friends, and she doesn't need to be alone in the small basket anymore. I think it's better for her at this point to try to, we're not like kind of, if you so I'm a nurse, so for me, I think she's past the acute hospital phase. She's ready to move on to rehab phase. So we're integrating her into rehab.
And she's going to do so good. Yes, she is Miss Butter Biscuit.
I cannot get over how chunky Toffee is again.
I miss my chunky Toffee. He's so chunky. You just really want to eat me today. I don't know. Hi, Hazel. Hi, Hazel.
Oh, yeah, whoever has the taller head wins.
Bye, piggies. You guys please behave, okay? You be good girls. Be good girls. I don't want to have to tell nobody off.
So here's an update. If you have guinea pigs, you might see immediately what's going on. Hazel and Toffee have stolen some Heidi's, and Butter is just waiting by the food
To make sure she gets it. Right? Right?
We have other Heidi's in here, but I don't know why Butter isn't, because she's not eating. She's just laying in the food.
So I don't know why she's not going to the other Heidi's, but somebody's just trying to be making sure she gets some food. And that's okay. They're coming out now because I'm talking to them. They love when I talk to them. See, she's like, this is my hay. I don't know about you, but this is for me. That's okay. That's okay. We maybe just,
I don't know. I don't want too many Heidi's because then it might get a little clustered, but
we'll just let them be. They'll figure it out. Good girls.